Woo! Home Depot. Shalom Depot. Dang, look at this thing. Yo, this is like a 90 to 96. Oh, he's got the Centurion rear window cab. Whoa, I love those. Dude, I want a 90 to 96 F350 double cab, long bed, single rear wheel. I want one of those so bad in the diesels. That's like my ultimate resto mod pickup truck. That, or a similar to your Chevy dually square body 3500. Very specific. All right, you guys are like, why did you stop by Home Depot and why is there an ambulance here? It's because some guy tried to jump me in the parking lot and I fucking put 12 in his chest. I'm just kidding. I went to go buy a tarp. I hope whoever's involved in that is okay. Not me, I was just kidding. I would never do that unless someone actually tried to do that thing that I just said. Then I would, I guess. I don't know. I was here to buy a fucking tarp, which is what I bought. Bought a big old tarp. That's because I'm heading to the shop now. I've got orders I need to do. And, okay. Whatever, dude. Being fucking weird. But I got orders to do at the shop. And I've got the Corvette blown apart at my shop as well. I'm in the process of, I just peeled it all off so I can rewrap it. It's also in the process of being rewrapped, but the wrap won't be done till like next weekend. So I'm trying to keep the car clean while I still get my orders done in my usual shop bullshit. You know, it's dirty in my shop. When I cut stuff with the plasma cutter, it sends like little filaments all in the air. I gotta be careful, otherwise it'll get all over everything. Or if I'm powder coating, I don't want it to get on the car. I spent all fucking week cleaning that thing, getting it ready for the wrap, so. But you'll see the rewrap in a different video soon. And it's fucking epic, bro. When I say that the color that we chose is gonna go fucking hard, it's gonna go fucking hard. I'm not trying to hype you guys up, but here I am doing that thing. I didn't want to talk about it. But that is not the topic at hand for today. No. We have an actual topic. We're gonna do two things. We're gonna go install another part on the bike today. You guys are gonna see what I consider to be like the best modification that you can do for your bike. But at the same time, I'm talking about electric vehicles. That's right, we're gonna go ahead and get this EV talk out of the way because it's something I'm passionate about and I want to get some stuff off my chest, all right? So most importantly, I see a lot of EV slander right now, right? Because EVs, electric vehicles like Teslas and Ford makes a ton of them, and now apparently Dodge is making them, Hellcat, you know, I got my opinions on that one. We'll get into that in a second. Motherfucker, buckle up. But I see a lot of hate on it, man, and that's something that I don't understand. If you want me to go ahead and put my opinions on a chopping block, it's actually quite, I would say, unpopular opinion in the automotive scene, my opinion on electric vehicles, because I fucking love them, right? I don't care, dude. I do not care. It don't go vroom vroom. My V8, I don't have no V8 no more. It don't go vroom vroom. That's the biggest discrepancy, is it don't go vroom vroom in the automotive community. We'll get into the logistics of it here in a second, but let's go ahead and talk about the mental aspect of it. The part that I think kills people the most is that you don't like EVs because they don't sound cool. They don't sound like this. No electric motorcycle sounds like this, which is a hard sell. I'll give you that. That's a hard sell. I sure do like that. I do like that a lot in front of that cop. We'll pretend like he's cool. I'm sure he is. But that's a hard notch to disagree with. It's a hard one to be like, oh, well, you know, electric vehicles are cool. They just don't make noise. That's it. That's the only reason people don't like them, is that they don't make fucking noise. If electric vehicles made a really cool sound to them, naturally, people would shut the fuck up. Or would they? Look at what Dodge is doing. Dodge is doing some really weird shit, right? Dodge is like, you want some noise? We'll give you some fucking noise. Hey, buddy, you want some gabagool? Grab you some gabagool so we can grab your goo by the fucking nuts, my guy. You want to rev an electric vehicle? My fam, we got you. What's up, buddy? Oh, yeah, rev that bitch out. Let me hear it. Yeah. Okay, if we're going to get into the logistics of this, if we're going to talk about electric vehicles, there's two real reasons to not like EVs. A is that they don't make noise. No vroom vroom. That's the biggest gripe. That's the automotive community, right? But that's not the real reason to dislike them. The real reason to dislike electric vehicles is the fact that they require a nasty amount of resources to produce, make, and maintain before they ever get to the consumer's home, right? To mine and manufacture lithium and lithium batteries, it's terrible for the environment. It's not sustainable. It costs a fucking fortune. There's a million reasons why that's not good. Most importantly, that there is no infrastructure in America to handle it right now, right? That's the logical aspect of stuff that nobody in the auto community actually gives a fuck about. You can lie to me all you want. You do not care about that. You're a fucking liar if you say that's why you care about it, because the real reason you don't care about it is the fact that it doesn't go. Just admit it. Just admit it. It's so much fucking easier if you just admit it that it's about this than it is about the logistic aspect of it. We can fucking have a way better conversation about it, because I agree with you 100%. But on the outside of things looking in, it's the infrastructure that we lack, right? California, the same state that said that they were going to ban all gas vehicles by 2035, the sale of, not the ownership of, the sale of, that's important to know the difference, also told you to no longer charge your cars between a certain time because their infrastructure could not physically handle it. So that's the biggest problem with electric vehicles, in my opinion, is the convenience of them is cool, I guess, because you think to yourself, oh, I just plug this in my fucking house. I got a 240 outlet right here, I'll just plug the car in, it's gonna go. And it is, if your state can handle it, if the chargers can handle it, if there's enough electricity on the grid to handle it. That is my biggest gripe with electric vehicles. It's not the vroom vroom. I love the vroom vroom, but until you've ridden an electric motorcycle, until you hop on one of their Zeros, or until you're in like a really fast Tesla, I promise you, you're not gonna give a fuck about it after you've done it. Everyone says it doesn't have a soul, which I get, you know, but gas vehicles can be born without a soul too. Look at the Nissan GTR, the R35. Everyone that's ever owned one, it doesn't matter if it's got 500 horsepower or 5,000 horsepower, everyone will tell you that car lacks a soul. So I don't think a soul is attached to specifically gas vehicles. I don't think that's the truth. I think it's far from it. I think electric vehicles can have a soul, right? And that's where we're going to transition into Dodge's new marketing strategy for their electric vehicles. And I know this is going to get some hate. This is going to get a ton of hate from you guys. I think the new Dodge electric vehicle is cool as fuck. Dude, once the biggest gas-guzzling car company gets in the market of making EVs and making them cool, and you guys want to fucking shit-talk them? Listen, man, like, no matter what you think, no matter how you think about it, fossil fuels are limited for a limited time for the rest of our lives. Starting from here on out, the next couple of years, fossil fuels were going to get less and less popular until eventually it becomes one of those things where, like, you have to be a collector to own one kind of deal. I don't think they're going to outlaw driving them or owning them, but there's certainly not going to be many made. I don't think we'll see them banning them entirely in our lifetime, but dude, I've been wrong before. It happens. But I'm a firm believer that gas vehicles are on their way out the door. So enjoy it while we can. That's my 2 cents, man. Go ahead, buy that fucking El Camino, you know, buy that turbo diesel, buy whatever you can while you can, because 10, 20 years from now, it's gonna be harder and it's gonna be more expensive and fuel's gonna be shittier. Then this is my 2 cents, man. Like, I don't want to take anything as I'm saying as fact. This is just how I perceive our future, I perceive our future as far as automotive people. And I'm not against the electric car change. I welcome it, but I'm looking for like more sustainability and better efficiency, man. I think that's the one thing that we can all agree on that it needs. I think the biggest thing that's holding us back from committing to the infrastructure, right? That's what we need. We need better infrastructure to maintain electric vehicles. So what does that entail? They need to be charged faster, they need to hold a charge longer, and they need to not be affected by towing. Mostly because that's what makes up the bread and butter of our society is truckers. Truckers control so much of the distribution in America. If we had railroads, it'd be a different story. If we were like Japan and we had an efficient railroad system, completely different conversation. We would never even have to worry about it. Lithium ion is volatile. It doesn't hold charge. It holds charge better than lead acid. But until we get like sodium ion figured out, that's my big thing. I know there's a lot of other batteries that everyone's working on and trying to make more efficient and better. I'm sold on the sodium ion. There's a ton of fucking salt out there. Salt is like the most plentiful resource on this fucking planet. If we can make sodium and water work together, salt water, sodium ion batteries, it's game over. They do well in all sorts of temperatures, they hold charges longer, they get charged faster. There's a lot of benefits to sodium ion and something more sustainable and renewable, because lithium ion, there's almost zero renewability to them right now. Lead acid, you can 100% recycle everything in a lead acid battery, not lithium ion. I know this is like a hard rant out of left field for me. There's no personal stories going on here. It's just something that I've been thinking about a lot lately, and like this general distaste towards like electric vehicles, I think it needs to fucking stop, because it's going to happen this way. So we can either let it happen in a cool way, or we can shut it down and have it happen in a fucking lame way. All the negativity going towards it, it's going to inspire negative creativity, right? It's going to be, you're going to put it in the hands of the other people who don't give a fuck about cars and make it where like electric vehicles are all controlled with a thumb switch and it's all share riding. Go ahead. you old fuck, go. And I don't think we're far from that point to where if we keep shutting down the idea of cool electric cars, it's gonna come back and bite us in the dick really hard, and nobody wants to be bit in the dick. Raise your hand if you want to be bit in the dick. And I mean chomp, dude. I don't mean nibbled, I don't mean tugged on, I mean like a full fucking wiener chomp. Is that what you want? You want to have your electric vehicle suck? No. I love Teslas, but they're fucking iPhones. They're copy-paste. The only thing you can do to make them cool is you can lower them, put cool wheels and wraps on them. That's it, dude. They're like some spoiler shit, but like the rest of it, I'm gonna wave at you. You're on 2 wheels, man. It's worth it. And it's really weird because we're going directly to the getting rid of gas vehicles and skipping the majority of the hybrids. You either have like gas mile range hybrids or you have like McLaren P1 hybrids. There's no in between, and there needs to be. There needs to be a hybrid Camaro that is both fast and efficient, and we have the technology to do it. There needs to be a hybrid Mustang that is both fast and efficient, a hybrid Challenger that is fast and efficient. We have the technology to do this, but car manufacturers are so tied up between oil money and government money, they don't know which ass to put their head up. It's ridiculous. I really wish the hate for electric vehicles would come with a little bit more sensibility. I get it when, you know, there's something fun to rag on. It's really hard not to do that because you want to feel a part of like a community. Oh, the automotive community hates electric vehicles. They're lame. They're not personable. They're not real. Okay, well if you keep talking about them like that, if you keep acting about them like that, and keep making decisions that are based around that thought process, guess what's going to happen? People are going to continue making suck-ass electric vehicles. Dodge is the only company that's put out something remotely neat besides Tesla putting out like the P100s and the other fast models, you know. Dodge is the only one that's trying to do this. Ford doesn't give a fuck. Chevrolet certainly doesn't give a fuck. Dodge is like, you can rev this one, it looks cool, it sounds cool, and the inside looks like a fucking spaceship, dude, and you guys are like, you can rev it. I get it, it's a speaker. But guess what? Your fucking BMW has a speaker inside of it. Hell, your Camaro, your Mustang, it has a speaker inside of it that pumps audio into your car to make it sound cooler. What's the fucking difference? At least the electric cat, or whatever it's called, sounds cool as fuck. That thing sounds wild. Sounds like a spaceship. It's cyberpunk, except cooler. And you guys are like, nah, I'd rather have my Honda Civic that makes 80 horsepower and goes choo-choo-choo-choo-choo. Why? That Hellcat's gonna weigh 6,000 pounds and out-corner and out-brake it because all the fucking weight's in the base of it. And I will say, like, you know, Tesla's not exactly a mountain car. It's not exactly a track car. But that fucking 6,000 pound electric cat is gonna out 0 to 60 anything on the fucking road, I bet. Listen, I'm almost to my shop, so I gotta shut this rant short, but we'll be back. I can't show none of this. This is all gonna have to be blurred and color corrected, but you guys don't know how cool this fucking looks right now. Holy shit, I forgot how cool this shit looks. Now, while I was recording this, my plasma table was going off cutting orders, so I'm going to do a little voiceover for this install. I'll be installing ASV brake and clutch levers. They were sent out to me by RevZilla. My link for those are in the description, an affiliate link, so if you click on it, you know, all that good stuff. But before we get into installing these, I do have a sponsor for today's video. So, Cowboy Dan, take it away.
Hey. Nice dig, partner. Anyway, it's your Lord and Savior Do It With Dan here, but I mean that quite literally. See, I'm a Lord now, according to our sponsor, Established Titles. That's right, you have to refer to me as Lord Do It With Dan now. This is a real proclamation right here, dedicated on a private estate in Edelston, Scotland, which makes me a lord.
You see, Established Titles is based on a historic Scottish custom where landowners are referred to as lairds or lords and ladies in English, and it's also a fun, novel way to preserve the natural woodland of Scotland while helping global reforestation efforts.
And it is official title crest. You can put it on your credit cards, your dating profile, job applications, and plane tickets, you name it. You're a lord or a lady. And your estate comes with a unique number so you can look at your property. A square foot of land in the lap of luxury. And for the next 200 people that use my code will become my personal neighbor. Your plot will be next to mine. So there's literally nothing I can do about you becoming my neighbor, which I really don't want, you know, to be honest. Basically buying your way and being my neighbor. Why would you do that? Why would you want to be my neighbor? Do you want to be my neighbor, son? They're also partnered with the charities One Tree Planted and Trees for Our Future that plant a tree with every order to help fight deforestation. And it's not just in Scotland, it's everywhere. And with holidays right around the corner, makes a perfect last minute gift. And now they're already running a huge holiday Black Friday sale. You can use my coupon code DOITWITHDAN10 and get 10% off on top of that. It's a discount on a discount. I know I'm not good at math, but that's a pretty good discount. So just go over to establishedtitles.com/DOITWITHDAN10. You'll get 10% off their already discounted price. And they're gonna plant a tree in your name. Thank you for helping fight deforestation. Thank you for supporting my channel. And thank you, Established Titles, for sponsoring today's video. All right, let's get back to the video.
Alright, to install this stuff, it's really easy. You're only going to need a few tools: a flathead screwdriver, a 10mm socket, or a 10mm wrench. And for these specifically, you'll need a Phillips head screwdriver and a small Allen key. And that's it. It's super simple. Take the screwdriver and remove the retaining bolt. There's going to be a 10mm nut on the bottom side. You'll need to remove the 10mm nut and then back the bolt out. Then it should just pop right out. The SV levers are bisexual, so they can fit on a lot of different bikes. All you have to do is change out the brake stops. Find the brake stop for your bike, screw it on, install the brake button sleeve, and then pop it in. Now the retaining bolt is also threaded to the bike's handlebars themselves, so you'll tighten that down first and then tighten down the 10mm nut afterwards. And then a quick check to make sure that it feels good and it also still activates the brake lights. Everything's good? We're going to move on to the clutch lever. The clutch lever is a little bit more tricky. You remove your locking bolt with a 10mm ratchet, and it should slide out. Now this bolt has notched faces on the bottom side that you have to fit in perfectly when reinstalling. You'll need to line up your adjustment knob with the exposed notch for the clutch cable to pop out. And then the whole clutch lever should just pop right out. Again, we need to add the correct lever stopper to this model that fits this bike properly, so we'll tighten that down and then throw it back on. Now the location of the clutch lever itself on the clip-on was too close to the handle grip. I had to move it to give myself better access and then readjusted it appropriately. Couple of test flicks, make sure that the grab points are good, and then we'll lubricate it and go take a test ride.
Alright, my fucking GoPro, dude, I cannot stand it. On the way home yesterday, my GoPro audio just killed itself. I do not understand the issues that I'm having with my GoPro. It's fucking infuriating. It's like 1 out of every 10 times the audio will just not pick up. And it's like, bro, this is my job. It's my livelihood. Why you gotta do me like that, GoPro? But I'm heading back to the shop. I gotta stop and drop some orders off. I got them in my backpack Reno. But I gotta say, dude, I really enjoy the levers. I just gotta adjust the levers to where they're perfect for me, you know? And that's not gonna take very long. It's just gonna, that's pretty good right there. Yeah, that's perfect right there. I just fixed that shit right then and there. See, because I'm a fucking excellent rider. Now these things are great, man. They're my favorite levers that you can buy. But this is for you motherfuckers. I'm dropping off some orders for y'all. I had a lot of issues with my air compressor last month, and it really put me behind on orders. I finally got pretty much all those orders caught up, all the hardcore ones. Now that my air compressor's back up and running for the holiday season, it's perfect because I'm running a deal right now where you can get 10% off my entire website, anything you want on it, including the expensive shit, using the coupon code HOLIDAN. Because between now and December 1st, I can guarantee it'll be here by Christmas. Let me go drop these orders off real quick. Before we go any further, can I tell you about how much I like this fucking bike? God, I love this thing. It didn't want to shift without the clutch. I just don't think I gave it enough oomph, you know what I'm saying? Just didn't get enough stank. A little bit of air. Yeah, dude, I went on this whole rant about electric vehicles yesterday, and realistically, I was just trying to say, like, I think my rant probably got diminished a little bit. I just really wanted to say is that you get what you give, you know? And if everybody's gonna say that electric vehicles suck, and they're not cool, and they're not real vehicles, and they don't have a soul, that's what you're gonna get. You're gonna get soulless electric vehicles. Machines that don't give a fuck about you. Because the people who created them didn't give a fuck about them. I love the way the handles look on the bike, though. I honestly probably would have bought an electric motorcycle. Okay, wait a second now. Would I have rather had a Zero than this Gixxer? That's a fucking toughie, bro. That's a toughie. Because I like this bike so much. It's perfect. It's just fast enough. I do like rowing through some gears. Maybe if electric bikes had gears, you know? Why don't electric vehicles have gears? Why don't they have transmissions? And from what I've gathered, it's basically not really worth it for electric vehicles to have transmissions, from what I understand. It doesn't make sense to me, so maybe someone who's smarter than I am, which probably isn't that hard, could explain it to me. But what is stopping an electric motor from powering a different gear ratio and making it more efficient? I mean, it works with engines, you know? how come it doesn't work with electric motors? I'm not saying that the electric motor itself needs to have changeable gears, but what if an electric motor was paired with with a transmission? What's so difficult about that? Why does that not make sense? It makes sense to me, but I am a simple-minded individual, and all I think about is the vroom vroom. So maybe one of you guys could enlighten me why how come electric vehicles don't have transmissions? It doesn't make sense to me, so make it make sense. All right, we gotta chase daylight home because the sun's about to go down, and I don't really have a headlight, so let's do the things. Hey, good buddy. Hey, good boy. Hey, good boy. Hey, hi. Hello. Hey, good boy. Who's my boy? Who's my boy? Who's my boy? Who's my boy? Wanna help me bring the bike in, Jax? Come on. Oh, yeah. Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? What do you see?